Today we're talking about 5 talents I think wildland firefighters have. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ronnie Ocampo. On this channel, we talk all things wildland firefighting, from health and fitness, fire education, mental health, and everything in between. So if you're interested in wildland firefighting, I highly suggest you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys know when I upload. Like I said, today we're talking about the 5 talents that I think wildland firefighters have. The very first one that I have for you guys is navigation skills. If I reflect back to young time Ronnie, could I say that I walked away with amazing navigational skills? No. But I want you to learn from me and know that I could have very easily. However, I didn't take the time to do so. So, just number 1 tip. Learn from those who have already gone through it and say, hey, learn from me. Don't do what I did, but this is what you should do. I love going through life like that because you get all the little shortcuts. You're like, oh, okay, don't do that. Okay, I won't do all that and waste years of my life and just do this. Done. Okay, so I'm here as your older sister. Go ahead and tell you, get all these skills that you can. I think firefighting, straight out of high school, I think you should totally get into it because there are so many skills. Obviously, I have preached this so many times. There's so many skills that you can acquire from wildland firefighting. Okay, so navigation skills. You are going to be using GPSs while you're out on a fire. You're gonna have those little handheld that will tell you. You can use a good old compass, you know what I mean? I don't know if you get issued those anymore. However, learn how to use a compass. Map reading. That is another really big one. I just let the guys do all the map reading, to be honest. I didn't even try. Were they more than willing to let me learn? Absolutely. Was I interested? No. I was like, you know where we're going? Cool. I'm just going to go with you. Again, not the greatest, okay? So get those map reading skills. You may not use that, in your everyday life after you're done doing firefighting. However, if you're going into the military, I use that in the military. Maybe not every day, but when I was deployed, when I was out doing some other things, I definitely use those skills. So again, it's just like math. You're like, I will never use this. However, when that situation comes up, you're like, oh man, I'm so glad that I know this. And you may be the only one out of the whole group of people who knows that skill. So get it while you can. It's free. Learn navigation skills. Another common talent among wildland firefighters is mechanical aptitude. You guys are utilizing specialized equipment all the time. So whether that is tools, you're on different vehicle types. So you can be on a crew buggy, you can be in a chase truck, you can be on a fire engine, you can be in a helicopter. You're utilizing, like I said, chainsaws, pumps, hand tools. You're going to be utilizing different firing devices. I have tons of videos on those, so I can link those down for you guys to check out if you haven't yet. So there's so many mechanical things that wildland firefighters are really good at, those skills that they at least acquire, because things are going to come up in the field, things are going to break, and you're going to have to either fix it, you're going to have to MacGyver it so that it does work in a way that it wasn't intended, but you got it to work. So just having that mechanical aptitude is just something that wildland firefighters really have. You guys are really good with your hands, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, because that's the job. So really good at troubleshooting. So that is another talent that if you don't have, hopefully you will walk away with. The third talent is leadership abilities. And I believe that no matter where you are, whether you are at the very tippy top of the incident command or you're down at the very, very bottom, you're the lowest of the low, you're the brand new one, I believe anyone can lead. And sometimes I think that it's actually more inspiring when someone from the bottom, or more impactful, is when someone from the bottom is leading those above them. Obviously, you need to have great leadership from the top down, obviously. But just know that if you're brand new, you can still be a leader, just so you know. You guys are going to be in dynamic, high-pressure situations, and so having those leadership abilities is going to be really important. And again, if you don't have those abilities, you will be put in situations that are going to help nurture those. maybe sometimes hinder, but I'm hoping, even if it's a bad or negative situation or experience, you can always learn from those, right? And sometimes you actually learn more when you have a bad experience or, a bad situation. So I think anyone can lead, and that is a talent that, again, you will either walk away with or, just gonna foster and grow. The next one is emergency medical skills. So things happen out on the line, right? It's a very dangerous job. I have been in a situation where someone broke a leg out on the fire line. The leg wasn't actually it was crushed. There was blood, there was a lot of screaming. It was a kind of a chaotic situation. And so you have to be active very, very quickly, right? You need to get on the radio, you need to get people in place, you have to get this person down off of the mountain. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen very, very quickly. So having those emergency medical skills is going to be something, and you may never actually use it. It may never even come into play for you. However, you're going to want those skills in that moment. So definitely working on those and getting as much knowledge and information and being comfortable. No one's actually maybe not everyone. I am not always comfortable in those situations, but at least kind of getting ahead of the game, so that way when a situation does arise, you are not the one who is completely panicking and freaking out. You can kind of compose yourself and say, okay, this is what we need to do. And you kind of go into that mode, right? So hopefully that mode just kind of switches on for you. So yes, there's going to be situations where you're either in training, there's going to be injuries while either you're in training, on the fire line, out in every day. Sometimes there's a lot of accidents, right? I see in the news all the time of engine rollovers or whatever. So you just have to be aware. And that's another talent the wildland firefighters have. You're going to get really good at this next one, and it is fire behavior knowledge. You can be a student of the movement of fire. You need to know all the different factors, right? So I do have videos on those, but think of wind, topography, fuel, anything that's going to be able to obviously change the fire's behavior, right? And my favorite game to play, which I know if you've watched any of my videos, you know this already, is just when you're driving down on a normal day, you look out and you say, if there was a fire right here, what do I think it would do? Depending on what the weather is in that moment, what the fuel is, what the topography is like. And I just love challenging myself in that way of thinking, okay, if there was a fire right here, what do I think it would do? Where do I think it would go? How fast is it going to spread? Is it going to be really smoky? Is it, all the different things. So I just like playing that game. I think it's a really good game to kind of help sharpen your skills and make you just always be on your toes, right? So when you're actually in that situation and there is a fire and it is moving, you can kind of already pick out, because you're already oh, well, there's that. You will be working on this all fire season long, even if you're not always out on fires, because I know a lot of people are oh, it's a slow season. You can still sharpen those skills, right? You can still play that game. You can still be thinking of things. So I think this is a really good one. And I think all wildland firefighters definitely have that talent of things that they're always thinking about. Okay, if this happened in this situation, what would I do? And that's it. Those are the 5 talents that I think wildland firefighters have. So whether you are, a seasoned firefighter or you're brand new, I think all wildland firefighters either have this talent or you will be acquiring these talents. So those are just my 5. Please leave yours down in the comments below. I would love to hear any talents you think wildland firefighters have. I think we are some very talented people, and I'm going to include myself into that because I want to. So I am living vicariously through you guys now, okay? So one of us. I am now one of you. Okay, so anyways, hopefully you guys found this video entertaining, fun, helpful, and yeah, so I'd love to see your guys' comments, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.